Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 41. So, when I was a kid, much like a lot of kids, I wanted to be a police officer. I think a lot of kids, they either want to be a police officer, a firefighter, an astronaut, the typical stuff that looks like it's so cool to be that kind of job. And obviously, I'm not. I just didn't go through with it, I guess. You can't really plan your life when you're like 7, 8, 9 years old. But anyways, I was always fascinated with the cops, with police stuff and all that stuff. So when the cartoon came out called this, Cops, I was immediately hooked. Now, Cops, not to be confused with the live reality show, the one where the Bad Boys song is played in it. This is actually a cartoon, and COPS is actually an acronym for Central Organization of Police Specialists. So what they kind of did was they kind of took the idea of G.I. Joe in a sense, where they formed a special police unit of all different kinds of specialties. So they'd have like a medic, and they'd have a firefighter, they'd have a street cop, and then they had there was a whole bunch of them. I mean, I liked this a long, long time ago, and I actually I've just started to catch up on it again. And the other thing that intrigued me was the toy line that came with it. And of course, I had to have those. And so I bugged my mom at the time. I got to get these figures, and around the time when Christmas would come along, I'd be like, I want this figure and this and the so. And my friend at the time too, he was really into it, and we were both kind of going to the store all the time looking for these figures. And there was quite a few of them, and there was I think there was even a comic book series. But anyways, we got heavily into the figures. Unfortunately, as time progressed, and I sort of lost a lot of my old toys, there was a few I managed to keep, and some of them I kept on because they were my favorites, or they have some kind of meaning to them. This guy in particular, Long Arm. I seem to be missing a piece here. The cool thing about this guy, he was just a regular street cop, which is why he's just given this regular police uniform. But the cool thing is he had this electronic handcuff thing that actually shot out of his arm, like it was strapped onto his arm, and he would shoot the handcuff and grab the crook and bring them in. And I just thought that was so cool. I thought, if those were real, that would be so awesome. The only accessory I seem to have found is his nightstick, which is just a regular billy club, and it just hooks onto him right there. I think I have the hat somewhere. It's just again, it's a regular police hat, but I just like this guy because he was like your typical cop, and I really liked him. The other one that I really liked was their kind of leader, person in charge. Bulletproof Vest. Not vest, vests. And in the show, this guy's actually kind of similar to, I don't know what you want to say, like maybe, not really RoboCop, more like an Inspector Gadget. Because if you take off his vest underneath, you'll see he's got a metallic body there. And in the storyline, he gets injured. He gets shot, injured, or explosion. Or I actually don't remember how it happened, but I'll have to catch up on that again. But I remember an accident happens, and they have to give him this metallic body, and then he becomes Bulletproof Vest, which is kind of cool. I mean, they really they did a good job, and he's kind of dressed in that that 1930s 40s wears. I really like this character. He looks like a badass Samuel L. Jackson. Anyways, there was a few other characters. I mean, I did have the head crook, which is this guy here. I believe his name was Big Boss. So it was something along that line. Again, I'm going to have to familiarize myself with it because this doesn't. One of the problems is that the accessories never really fit. He came with this kind of cane thing. I guess it's very similar to the Daredevil character. There we go. And my other favorite was a villain, actually. This is Buttons McBoom Boom. This guy looks cool. He looks like your typical 1930s, 40s gangster. And he came with this violin case. And you actually saw it in the TV series, too. He actually carried this around with him. And inside, if you opened it up, had his Tommy gun. Because every gangster from the 30s had a Tommy gun. I mean, this is obviously not a traditional looking Tommy gun. It's like a futuristic Tommy gun. But cool nonetheless. And the thing that was cool about these weapons was it's got this metal part here which springs back. And what you do is you actually insert caps. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you ever had a cap gun, if you were, my age, I think they still sell these today. I'm not sure, but I had a cap gun when I was a kid, and you would put these little red caps in there, and when you fired it, it would go off. Now this is these have all been used, so I can't really do anything. It doesn't do anything, but it would make a big popping noise. So what these toys used was the paper caps, which is the same idea. It was just a line of paper with little blobs of gunpowder substance. And so you would run it through the weapon like that, and you can actually pull it and it would make the cap sound. Kind of gimmicky. I didn't really do it very often. It's kind of a pain to always have to load in a piece of paper. Even the big boss guy, I mean, his cane has that same trigger thing, so he could stamp his cane down and it would make a popping noise. I guess it was supposed to be a gun. Like, it's a cane that is actually a gun. Kind of cool. Something you would expect from like a big boss. I have a few other odd figures. Like I said, I had a ton of them, and I've kind of lost them in the move, so it really sucks. This guy, I really can't remember his name, but I'm going to call him Lemmy because he looks like Lemmy from Motorhead. Anyways, this guy was cool. He had the double guns here. He actually came with a vehicle, this big, huge vehicle, which I don't obviously have anymore. And on the back of the vehicle, there was a safe, because, these are crooks, so they would, steal stuff. And inside the safe, you'd have these, well, this isn't supposed to be in there. Got some balls in there. But, there was little silver balls, silver bars and stuff. Kind of fun, you'd have a safe that you can steal when you're playing with toys. And, again, I don't remember this guy. I remember seeing him in the show. I just don't remember his name. And I also have this robot Pooch. I'm not sure if he was with this guy or not. I'm going to have to watch it again. I don't think it was. I think there was another character who actually had this. There's probably somebody who knows this stuff better than me. I mean, I'm going back so many years now, and, it's hard to remember every single character. I really only remember my favorite ones. And, I just love the show. I love watching it. It was entertaining. It's in the future. So, there's always these, episodes that are going to be outrageous. I remember that there's one character, his name is Dr. Bad Vibes, and he's got this, like, kind of brain sticking out and this huge, whatever you want to call it, thing over top of it. So he looks like an alien type of guy. He's got this really big brain. He's like the scientist of the bad guys. Kind of a neat character. And just on a side note, I just remember when I was a kid and I didn't have any of the toys yet, and they just came out, and I asked my mom, I was like bugging my mom to find these toys, and one day I was sick at home, and she came home, she's like, sorry, I couldn't find the toy, but she was able to find this guy, which is not Cops. This is actually a Ghostbuster toy. And I thought it was kind of cool that she, even though, yeah, he's a ghost. Even though she couldn't find it, she was able to find something similar, because I did like Cops. So, I kept this guy, because I don't know what his name is. This was like the toy line, the Ghostbusters toy line, and I only really had the Ghostbusters themselves. I didn't have these odd characters that they came out with. But I just thought it was kind of nice of my mom to do that. Anyways, yeah, I got to start watching these shows again and start watching the like I have this box set. It's like the full first season, I believe, It's got a lot of episodes. I've watched a couple when I bought it, but I definitely need to get back to watching it again. And if you haven't seen it, you probably should take a look, because it's kind of a neat show, if you're into cops anyways. Yeah, so hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think. Did you watch this stuff? Do you remember any of these toys? Do you have these toys? And do you remember who the hell this guy is? I don't. Anyways, hope you subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching Brian's Man Cave, and to all those who have subscribed to my channel, and to all those who like to leave comments. Just as a reminder, I also have a page called Man Cave Connections. This is where you have a chance to show off your own man cave or woman cave, and also look at others. Just simply go to www.briansmancave.com for details, and you'll see a menu item which says Man Cave Connections.